Live from Main Street, USA, your hosts, Nicholas and Kiley.
Hey guys, it's Kiley.
And Nicholas.
And it's live from Main Street, USA.
Welcome.
Welcome, guys. I hope you guys are having a good day. Or if you've had a bad day, hope you're going to have a better day. I don't know your situation.
We have a tendency to yap on this podcast.
We do.
So I say that we just go straight in and we go in.
So today, guys, what we are going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about rides. Well, more specifically, their queue lines and putting them on a tier list. We'll go over the tiers with you. And we have like a bunch of different lines in Magic Kingdom. That's the park that we're starting in because Magic Kingdom was the first one to be made. So obviously we have to start there.
It's the first one to be heavily scrutinized.
Yes. Technically, yes. So we are going to go through that.
We're basically just going to be doing this entirely off of our own opinions. There's not going to be much rhyme or reason. We might say things that make no sense.
Or completely piss you off.
Yeah, and that's okay.
And that's all right.
Because that means that you have something to talk about now.
Absolutely. First of all, let's go through our tier list, and then I think we should talk about the rides that do not have lines.
Yes, so first we have our S tiers, which are going to be the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Then our A's, which I ranked as really freaking good. And then our B's, which are just going to be good lines.
Just mid.
And then C is going to be, it's aight.
It's aight.
D is not a fan. And F is, this line sucks ass.
No, Nick, you have to say it with full effect.
Sorry, this line sucks ass.
There you go. All right, so let's cover all of the rides that do not have a line.
Or some of these are just ones that were on this tier list that no longer exist.
Absolutely.
Like Stitch's Great Escape and Splash Mountain.
Yep, those are our first two in that tier.
And those are the only two that don't exist anymore. The rest are...
They're still kicking.
They're still kicking.
Well, some are modified.
Yeah, Country Bears, that might be a new photo, actually. I don't know.
I can't tell. Anyway.
I can't tell just by looking at it.
So first we have the train, which obviously they have a station. Obviously you have to wait for the train to come back around, but that's not really a line. So we're not going to count that one this time.
And also there's 3 different ones, 4?
I think 4.
I want to say the train has 4 stops, but I can't.
So there's one in Main Street. There's one in Adventureland. No, Frontierland.
Storybook Circus has one.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3.
It's 3.
Why do I feel so strongly like there's a 4th one? There's not. It's 3.
There's not. No, there's not.
Anyway, that's unimportant. We're just going crazy over here.
Yeah.
Then there's Country Bears, which has a room, and the room has stuff in it. I guess you could count it, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if I could come up with anything to say about it besides the fact that it's a room that has stuff in it.
Yeah, there's not really much to say.
In fact, I don't even know if I can tell you what a single thing in that room is. I think there's pictures of the bears.
There's pictures, there's benches, because I did a not-so-scary Halloween candy or a treat trail thing there, and I was, in that ride giving...
Not to give a counterpoint, but it looks different now.
It does.
They changed it a little bit with the remodel.
Wow.
I think there is... God, this is my deep Disney knowledge coming in.
You can't picture it, so...
I can't visualize. I think there's a case with, tickets to the Bears tours and stuff like that in it.
How can you not visualize that? How are you not visualizing that right now?
Abby, but I'm pretty
tell him that he's a visualizer and doesn't even know it.
I can't picture it, but I think it exists. I'm reaching into my head here. Anyway, then there's Tom Sawyer Island, which we had the discussion of if the raft counts, but that obviously is not.
Did we even have that discussion?
I had that discussion.
In your head?
In my head.
Okay.
I said it to you, and you looked at me like I was crazy.
No. Okay, whatever.
And then there's Hall of Presidents, which falls into the same thing of
it's just
there's a room.
It's a room.
But we try to limit it to things that do actually have lines.
They just suck ass.
Yeah, well,
So-
some of these are going to be really bad. I almost want to go through and just like go ahead and throw some things in the "this line sucks ass"
Yeah,
tier.
let's talk about the ones that do have lines, but there really isn't any cue. Like, I feel like a line is just no imagination to it, no stuff to look at, and it's just a line.
All right, so
Now, a queue, I feel like, has like items in the queue, interactive things in the queue, or like some theming to it, if you will.
Okay, so I want you to hear me out with my cooking here, okay?
Okay.
So I definitely think Aladdin immediately goes in.
Absolutely,
there.
that line sucks ass.
There's nothing to it. It's just a circle. it's
circle
it's
of
a.
life.
Is it a full circle? It might even just be a semicircle because
think
half
it's
of
a
it's used for
semicircle.
fast.
No, it's a semicircle because there's seats for Dole Whip cities.
Yeah.
Eating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing to that one.
There's nothing to that one.
Same kind of story with the carousel.
Yeah.
I mean, you can watch the carousel go around, which I guess is the same thing for Aladdin. You can watch it go around, but that's really all you're getting entertainment wise.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna
trying to
go
use
ahead
this
and
for just there's nothing else.
Well,
Barnstormer has light theming in the queue.
it does have.
There's at least an
Wait,
argument
what
to
did
be
we
made
say
there.
about Carousel? Carousel did not have a very great line.
It's not.
I'm gonna say that line sucks ass because
I
they're
put the
really
carousel in lines.
no Carousel of Progress.
Oh, Carousel of Progress. Yeah, no. I mean,
There's hardly ever a line for it.
yeah, and let me make an argument here. There is a TV, and it's playing a thing. Kind of has like a pre-show. It kind of has a pre-show, and if you're
isn't
into
it
Disney history,
Yeah,
it's a
that's what I was
little
thinking.
bit interesting. That being said, no, I 100% believe that it should go in line sucks ass. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Mhm. Okay,
And also, Tea Party, I would say, falls
Yeah.
into that.
it's not great. All right, so
Wait, Speedway also falls into that, I would say. It's kind of the same thing as the Carousel or Dumbo, where the only
Yeah,
entertainment you're really
only-
getting.
is watching other people.
Although there is checkered flags. I don't know if that bumps it up to a D.
No, that one's F tier. for
Okay,
sure.
so I guess next would come, like,
Not a fan.
not a fan. So here's the thing. I can make an argument for a lot of these not being very good. I think
Yeah.
Magic Kingdom actually has some of the lowest
Some of my
lows
least favorite
when it comes to
lines.
lines. People Mover, I would say, is not a fan. The only
Not a
reason
fan.
it's not in this line sucks ass is because there's a moving walkway,
Yeah.
and that's at least
That's peak.
something.
Yeah.
That is something. And
I mean, it is a people mover inside and out. So.
yeah, I mean, and I would say that the same thing happens with, why can't I think of the name?
Astro Orbiter.
Astro Orbiter.
Mm-hmm.
Because you get an elevator ride. That's kind of exciting.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
You get a number and an elevator ride. Whoa.
In case you can't tell, we're trying to blow through the things that there's not much to
Yeah.
discuss.
Yeah.
What was there was another thing in my head.
Let's do
Barnstormer.
Small World.
Small World, yes. Actually, might even be willing to say Small World's kind of ass.
No, I think it's not a fan. I'm not a fan of it.
But counterpoint, there's a lot of walking to that Small World line. A lot of unnecessary walking with that Small World line.
Okay, well, it's not your tier. It's our tier.
Okay. I'll put it in not a fan. Well,
of stuff.
at least with Small World, you can
With-
look at the clock and stuff, and that's cool.
Well, and also, with it being indoors, I feel like that's decent.
Yeah.
Decent. And also, you can turn around and look at the people outside, too.
Yeah,
I do
that's
like
true.
I do like a people watching movement.
I love a people watcher.
A people watching moment, not a
people-
movement.
Barnstormer, I would say, is not a fan. I said that it has light theming, but then again, I'm pretty sure the only thing I can think about is the trampoline with the Goofy cutout on it, and like a cannon or two.
I don't know. I was gonna say it's aight.
I'm
I'll let you have this one.
I mean, I'm never I'm never writing Barnstormer
So,
regardless.
yeah,
There's not
that's
really a
my thing.
situation where I'm writing it.
It's not great.
It's definitely, if my memory serves well, better than what it used to be, because I think old Barnstormer didn't have any theming in the queue. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say something kind of unpopular here. I know that the line is the ride, but I might even say Swiss Family Robinson and not a fan.
I'm not a fan at all.
I don't think there's a situation in which Swiss Family Robinson excels, and literally,
I mean, if it gets backed up, you're not waiting to go into it. It's just that you're waiting in line for like a little walkthrough.
yeah. My
Almost.
family quotes. There's a scene from Fairly Odd Parents where they say that they're going to Escalator Land, and then it shows them on an escalator. It's like, the line is the ride, yippee! And that's exactly what I think every time I look at Swiss Family Robinson. It's just like, oh yeah, the line is the ride.
Hot take.
Mm-hmm.
When do you think they're going to get rid of that?
I don't know. Swiss Family Robinson is one of those things where I think it's grandfathered into Living Forever. But then again, I thought that about Tom Sawyer's Island, and that's dying. So who knows?
Yeah. Okay.
So
anyway,
I think it's aight. I think I would say everything here is at least aight.
Yeah. Let's talk about okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I'm gonna say Winnie the Pooh.
All right.
It's aight because yes, it has interactive stuff, but it's all right. There's not really much. Well,
here's the argument I'll make. Yes, it has interactive stuff, but that interactive stuff doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work anymore, then
last time I looked in there, I don't think any of the like little playground stuff worked anymore. Aside from like the little like
the honey wall works.
The honey wall. Does it work? I remember,
but it doesn't work a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember all. At least like not all of them work. Like one of them works.
One of them works.
And also the honey wall is like kind of disgusting.
Kind of weird. Don't like that.
Like you know how many people probably touch that a day?
Do you know how many children? Children. Oh my god.
Think about how bad it must be if I'm saying
exactly.
Tiki Room, I would say is it's in its aight.
It's aight.
The pre-show is really cute. I like it. But also I can't put it higher.
There's no way I can put it higher. I mean, it's a great like little show. Have I watched it once? Do I need to watch it again? I
will also say with Tiki Room, the reason that I think it stays there is because it suffers from something that I think Disney does pretty good with, but it's a flaw I see a lot, and this is going to be something you're going to get completely lost in here, so just hear me out. It's something that
get lost in the sauce.
Universal suffers a lot with, which is pre-shows that you can just walk into without like being let in. So you can just miss vital details to what they're talking about and have no context for what the conversation going on around you is.
Yeah.
And I like if you go into Tiki Room, there's like a 90% chance if you're walking in even a little late that pre-show is already halfway through. And you're not going to be able to gather the context of what the hell they're talking about.
I'm going to be really honest with you. Even if I am sitting there watching the pre-show as it is, it's I think mostly because of the volume and the audio just sucks ass.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know what the backstory of the Tiki Room is.
Oh, they do. They don't. It's not explained fully because I think they cut themselves off halfway through telling the story.
I am not sure.
Which I'm curious if that
honestly
if it's always been that way because
I think
Tiki Room used to be longer.
I was about to say it used to be longer. I think the pre-show used to be longer because Tiki Room was longer.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So and because they don't get all of like the foot traffic that they need, so they had to cut it.
I will say personally, any line that does one of those pre-shows you can just walk into, or they're doing the pre-show in the line, that is like immediate docked points for me. I hate that.
Oh,
it drives me insane.
So whenever we get to Animal Kingdom and we're talking about Dr. Seeker, ooh.
No?
Yes.
Well, I mean, part of
There's
the
a
pre-show,
pre-show in the line.
part of it, but like the meat of that, the meat
You
of that,
didn't. No, you didn't just say the meat.
the meat of that pre-show, you're locked in a room. No, like, so a specific example
Give
that's
me an
really
example.
egregious is the Transformers ride in Universal.
Okay, that's not what I was
I
talking
know.
about. I was talking about.
I know you won't know, but I'm going to explain to you. So one time I went to Universal with two of my friends, and the
You have friends?
I know, right? The Transformers ride got stuck.
Oh.
And I listened to the
Wah,
same
wah, wah.
30-second clip of a character with a really annoying voice repeating the same thing over and over for like 15 minutes. And I felt like I was going to go psychotic.
Yikes.
And like, it's just like you're standing there and it's just like, oh yeah, we need to do this thing that, the story of the ride, you know, we need to do this. And then, you get through it and then they say it again and then they say it again. And it's like, okay, I get it. Or you go on a ride where the queue is going by quickly and you walk past vital story details and then you get to near the end of the ride or near the end of the line and they're talking like, oh no, we got attacked, everything's falling apart. And it's like, I didn't know that this was going on.
Yeah, there's like no context for it. But that's only because
Anyway,
you're going so fast.
Anyway,
you can't
yeah,
get the context.
huge sidetrack there, but
Yeah.
that is why I would say that Tiki Room deserves this place.
Oh, I forgot about that. We were talking about Tiki Room. Anyway.
And also Fill Our Magic. There's some posters that are cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but again, it's really not. It's really not a line.
Yeah. I mean, I think what separates from being like an okay thing to being like good
Theme and
interactivity is huge.
Yeah. I think that's it.
I know, but no, and pre-show. That's the
And
last thing I was going
pre-show.
to say. But then my brain saw Tron.
Oh, it's just a long ass.
Tron's line kind of sucks,
I was
except
gonna
that
say,
last like
it's-
third.
I was gonna say it's either that was actually gonna be my next talking point. Was it's either gonna be aight or good line.
Well, here's the thing about Tron. It has that moment where you're with the glass you can't see through, and then it turns on and you can see the light cycles.
And you're like, wow.
And that part is so cool.
Yeah. And then
The rest of it is kind of lame.
Yeah. And also you're just sitting there for a really long time. Also, hang on, hot take. I really like the fact that they have lockers while you're like waiting in the line.
Yeah.
Kind of a fun little moment. I mean, it does ruin the Disney magic a little bit, but like it's Tron. We're not really talking about Disney magic during Tron.
Yeah.
So
Well, again, you haven't been to Universal. That is a very common practice at Universal.
I'm sure.
And Disney does it so much better because, one, they give you an option to not do that. That's your you have an option on putting stuff in those lockers. Because there's also a little pocket you can put your stuff in the ride.
In Disney or
In Tron.
Oh, yeah.
Which at Universal, they put you through a metal detector. You are not allowed to
Really?
you are not allowed to bring stuff. So if you
wait, that's why there's not a whole lot of ride-throughs.
Yeah.
Because
So
of people.
Hulk is a extremely egregious example where they have you put your stuff in a locker at the beginning. So you will not be able to use your phone or anything like that while you're in the queue for Hulk.
Really?
Yeah. And if we did this for Universal, I would put Hulk at the bottom for that out of spite.
E tier.
Well, E would be above F. I'd put it in G tier.
Oh,
Z
I'm
tier.
an
Z
idiot. I'm an idiot.
You're so good looking, babe. But no, I would say for that reason, I would say C tier, or it's aight for Tron. I don't think Tron deserves to be a good line.
Good line.
And
we have high standards.
We do. And speaking of high standards, I'm also going to put Buzz Lightyear in It's Aight.
I would say, honestly...
There's the animatronic Buzz.
I would say not a fan, though.
Really? You would go below.
Actually, hang on. Just kidding. I would say it is alright, because it resembles a little bit of Toy Story Mania.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. So,
which has a great line.
oh
Toy Story
my
Mania is
God,
great.
I love that line.
Um,
I hate waiting in it.
Yeah.
Hate waiting. Oh my God, I hate waiting in it. But great theming.
yeah.
Hate waiting
Also,
in it.
I
That's
think
a different conversation for a different day.
I would say that Buzz Lightyear does the you're walking into the pre-show thing kind of well with the animatronic Buzz, because you don't need to hear the
You
things
don't really
he's
need to hear him
saying.
yap.
It's just cool, and I think that they did that really well. They do it well with Toy Story Mania too, with the Barker Potato Head. Potato Head is a circus barker.
What the f*** is a burger?
I thought that was the term for it.
I don't know what a burger
They
is.
attract you to come. That's why he says like, "Come on," all that kind of stuff. Anyway, is there anything else I would say needs to be in right tier?
Um,
I'm seeing some cool theming with everything else.
I would say you're gonna hate me for this.
Do not dare.
I would say.
Do not dare.
I would say the Jungle Cruise.
Oh yeah, actually no, yeah, that makes sense. I thought you were gonna say Laugh Floor.
I was gonna say that, but I knew you were not gonna put it on its height.
Jungle Cruise. Here's the thing. I have an argument for that. The intercom stuff is really funny, and that the like stuff they say on the intercom above you in Jungle Cruise.
No,
funny.
not above you. What?
You know what I mean? It's very funny. I that's the only thing
it
that
is
would put it in good line for me. The theming is
Okay, listen. Here's gonna be a tough one because I love Pirates so much.
Mm-hmm.
Love it so much. But let's talk about the bare bones of the ride. Is it? I think it's a good ride. I mean, a good line. But
it's definitely not in like really freaking good tier.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it might be. It's aight. What do you think?
Pirates?
Yeah.
I mean, you got the cannons and the swords.
I'm not talking about the inner line. I'm talking about the outer line.
Well, the outer line, yeah, no, not the best. But the inner line is good. I would say, here's the thing. If the whole thing was as good as the inner line, I would say it goes into really freaking good. But since the outside isn't, I would say it goes into good.
I would say that Jungle Cruise is a really good line.
Mm-hmm.
Or is a good line because it has stuff for you to look at.
Yeah.
And like details that you can look at. With Pirates, there is some overall fun stuff to look at, but there isn't details that you can like sit and ponder.
That's fair.
So, we need like, okay, I don't know, because if there was,
but do you really like seeing Pirates of the Caribbean next to Phil Magic? I mean, like,
I don't think it's a good line though.
Doesn't that image put it into context a little bit? Like,
okay, fine, it's a good line.
How about this? We move Jungle Cruise up.
No. I'm not budging on that. It's a good line.
Okay, I will give Laugh Floor on good line. Here's the thing about Laugh Floor.
Okay, hang on. Why do you feel that way, though?
Laugh Floor has one of the best pre-shows that Disney has ever produced. And I will stand on that. We walked in when the pre-show was almost over. So you didn't even get the full thing. But you get a solid, 10-15 minutes of Billy Crystal and other original voice actors from Monsters, Inc. and Monsters University just delivering good lines. And it's funny. I like it. And it continues the joke of Mike Wazowski being covered by any form of branding or anything, and I love that.
You're such a nerd.
Monsters, Inc. is one of my favorite rides.
Really? No.
One of my favorite, movies.
We don't know that from the last episode at all.
I realized that I never... Okay, hold on. Let me just... There we go. Let's just put that there.
No.
Seven Dwarfs, hear me out.
No.
I hate Seven Dwarfs.
I also hate Seven Dwarfs. I would go as far to say that it's alright.
It's aight.
It's aight. Again,
but
with the Winnie the Pooh.
The outdoor portion sucks so bad.
Okay. It's aight, though. It's mid. Whenever it had the interactive stuff, it was great. It was fine.
It still has the barrels, I guess.
Yeah, but that sucks.
It's cool if you can somehow organize a thing of 15, 12-year-olds to spin the barrels with you.
It's aight. There's no conversation about it. It's just aight.
It's also really funny to me that they just straight up took the water strings from this and put them in Moana.
Yeah. That's true. Also, I think they had to stop doing the strings because people were filling up their water bottles without it, and with it. And do they realize that it's recycled water?
Tasty, yummy.
Oh God, that's disgusting.
Space Mountain's good. It's a good line. It's aight. I'm not a fan. This line sucks ass. No,
it's just such a long line.
Yeah, but I would say it's good.
No, I would say it's alright.
See, but then again, I get that visual of it next to Floor. I think I need to lower Floor Magic.
Lower Floor
Magic because it's really bothering me. I think Space Mountain. Yeah, I guess it's aight.
It's aight.
Okay.
Peter Pan. We're talking about Peter Pan. It's a good line. It's a long freaking line. Hate it. Hate that it's long, but they just remodeled it. Or they remodeled it.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, going through the kid's bedroom,
yeah,
that's fun. That's so cool. Also, it has Tinkerbell in the middle of the line.
I know. It has. It also has interactivity.
I know.
I would even say it's really freaking good. I like that one.
Okay, we can go with that. Okay. Also, Dumbo. It has a playground.
Well, that's the thing. I think Dumbo actually might go into best of the best.
Yeah.
Because if you have a kid, that Dumbo line is perfect. And
also, it has 2 Dumbo sides.
Yeah.
So it's going to go faster.
Yeah. Dumbo, you're basically getting a playground for free inside of your line.
Exactly.
And that's probably the biggest thing that Dumbo contributes.
You're tiring your kid out, which it makes them tired enough to have a nap. We love naps in Disney World.
Okay. So, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, you have not done.
I'm going to let you do this one.
I'm going to put it in really freaking good. Actually, there's a lot of cool details in it. And that's what I think
really freaking good would probably be good.
Yeah. And there's some moments in it that are like, aw. And I like having a little aw here and there. Little Mermaid, I would say, is really freaking good. Mm-hmm. I would not say it's one of the best. However, I wish the interactive stuff still worked for one.
Well, yeah, I would say it's a good line.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the part with Scuttle makes it hard for me not to say it's freaking good.
I think it's really freaking good because in the line, there is a Steamboat Willie thing.
Yeah.
So, there's that. I think it's fun.
Well, I like how close you get to be with that Scuttle animatronic. I find that so cool. That's
really cool.
I actually have a photo. Maybe I shouldn't admit this. A photo that my brother-in-law took because he's really tall. Shout out to Mitch. And yes, he poked a phone up where you can see underneath Scuttle.
Oh, that's so cool.
And see his inner animatronics, and it's really cool. And I'm shocked that we didn't get kicked out of Disney.
Yeah, for real. I don't know. They don't really be policing that area a whole lot.
How did Thunder Mountain make it this far?
No, I say that it's a really freaking good queue.
Okay, you'll have to remind me. Do the interactive parts still work?
Yes.
The crank dynamite and the light.
And they even have interactive stuff in the lightning lane line.
That's true. But would you say it's really freaking good, or would you say it's best of the best?
Oh, I would say it's really freaking good.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's best of best, but
if everything still works as you say, then 100%.
There is one that
do the spinning diorama things that do animation.
Some of them work, some of them don't.
Do the part where you can look into the tunnels still work?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's solid.
I'm pretty sure.
All of that stuff, I remember when that got added, and I was like, oh wow, this is way better than just walking around nothing.
And also, I just like hearing it's the loudest ride of the wilderness. Okay.
We have neglected one child, and I think it was on purpose.
I think it is on purpose.
I almost want to knock Dumbo down just so we can only elect one best of the best per park.
Yeah.
And then I think we should compare the 4 best of the bests at the end, because that would be very fun.
Okay. Yes, I agree. So...
Listen.
I
would make the argument...
And win the argument...
that even before all of the interactive elements were added to this line, the pre-show alone would have escalated it all the way.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's Haunted Mansion. Come on. This is Haunted Mansion. Yes. Why are we beating around the bush? It's the one thing we haven't talked about.
Haunted Mansion is best of the best. It is S tier only, and I don't have There's no room for argument.
Yeah, I mean,
I am not taking arguments at this time.
I think that what's insane to me is that I can't think, maybe Rise of Resistance, I can't think of, besides that, any ride that creates such an ambiance. You feel like you've entered a mansion. And when you're walking
Also,
around,
if you can memorize that, then you know that it's a good ride.
yeah.
It's a good line if you
Yeah.
can memorize it.
And then again, this is before there's a ton. They added a ton of interactive elements and doubled the size of the line. I haven't been in that line in so long. What interactive elements are there still?
So you come in. There is obviously the horse, the invisible horse. There is coming into the interactive part. There's the instruments.
Oh,
the bus.
The busts.
Oh,
which yeah. I love to take. We used to love to take photos with those because those are a nice little photo spot. Busts.
There is the instruments. There is the books coming out. There's a speaker that you can speak into and it'll talk back to you. I don't know if that really works anymore, but there is.
We need to just go through the queue at some point just so we can look at this because it's been so long since I've been through that.
Because sometimes they cut it off too. Wait, isn't the one in Orlando the one that had the diamond ring? It wasn't really a diamond ring. It had the ring on the ground.
I don't remember this.
So they played it off. What it is it's a ring in the ground, and it's supposed to be one of, like the husband.
Constance Hatchaway.
And what it really is that it was one of those, like, those
the poles, and they put a little ring on it.
They messed it up. They messed placing it.
Uh-huh.
So what they did to cover it up, instead of taking that pole out again because the concrete had already set, they put a little.
Now that you say it, I see that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and so they put a little backstory on it, which is really, really fun.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know about this. That's really funny.
I know, it's awesome. Which is it's not really an interactive thing, but
I mean, it's a nice detail.
It's a nice little detail.
Which is something that we are taking into account for sure.
Absolutely. And then, so it has the instruments, it has the books, it has the different coffins and stuff. There's also the fisherman's coffin that shoots water at you and on the ground and stuff. And also, if you tap on the back of the glass, it'll, make sounds or bubbles come out of the top of it, too. And fog. Bubbles and fog come out of the top of it.
I think I remember this.
Yes, and then there's the Madame Leota the Madame Leota headstone that blinks.
Yeah.
Too. And then inside of the doors, you have the portrait of the man aging slowly, which honestly, if you look at that and sit there, it progresses so slowly, but also so fast in such a gradual way that it's like, wait, I blinked and now it's weird. But anyway, I just Haunted Mansion is just S tier.
Haunted Mansion is probably still my favorite ride in Magic Kingdom. And I don't know if it'll ever get topped.
I don't think it'll ever get topped either.
I mean, I don't know. Well, Villain Land.
Oh.
And
so excited.
And honestly, Cars Land too.
Oh, speaking of Cars Land, do you want to give a little bit of that extra secret that you told me the other day?
Yeah, we got time. Well, so it's a rumor because they showed some test footage of what the ride is going to feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I guess apparently it's not actual footage of them testing it. I did some more research, but it's they said this is how we want the ride to make you feel. And they were driving on ATVs on a dirt road.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are interpreting that as them saying that this is going to be the first high-speed e-ticket attraction. Or trackless, high-speed trackless ride. Sorry. Completely misspoke there.
Not the e-ticket.
Shut up. It's going to be the first high-speed trackless ride, which, if that's true, there is so much potential in that.
Mm-hmm.
That could be insane.
Mm-hmm. You know what I was thinking about the other day in Villain Land?
What?
If we finally got an Yzma ride.
Well, So
You know how in the movie Yzma
I know
has
exactly what you're
her
talking about.
own roller coaster? I think that would be so fun.
So
Will it happen? Probably not.
they released like people were calling it like a mood board, but it's the characters that are going to inspire Villain Land's like what villains are going to be used in Villain Land. And Yzma was one of the characters in the.
Really?
Yes, I'm trying to find it because I when I saw it, so one thing that's very interesting also is that the art that they used is Lorcana art, and I immediately recognized it because I'm a nerd. So the characters were Queen of Hearts, Jafar, Evil Queen, Lady Tremaine, Yzma, Cruella,
Hook.
Captain Hook, Maleficent, Gaston, Evil Queen in her other form, Mother Gothel, Ursula, Hades.
Why do you think they
Carbonage.
Why do you think they put the different evil queens in there?
I don't know. It's also weird because they put both versions of Maleficent, which I think maybe it could be that we will see both versions.
Like in a ride or something?
Yeah, like maybe we'll get an animatronic of.
I'm so freaking excited about Villain Land.
Yeah.
I cannot even like wrap my head around it.
It's still crazy to picture that's happening.
But still.
So I guess we're just going to kind of go over a little bit of news from D23 Brazil since
it just happened.
Yeah, and we still got a little bit of time. So they were talking about Villain Land, and they actually gave the backstory, which was, in our story, a mysterious spell has been cast, summoning all these villains from every realm in this land. The heroes, they don't come to save the day. There might never be a happily ever after.
I like that they have a dark castle.
Yeah, I really hope So I'm very curious what when it says that a mysterious spell has been cast. I'm curious who would have cast that spell and summoning the villains from every realm. Some people are liking the idea that and I love it too, for Villain Land's official name to be Lorcana, and have it be the official which would be so cool.
Oh, brother.
That would be awesome.
Can you imagine? Also, that's so good.
Well, Lorcana is just a perfect name, and also for people who are normal and don't know what that is, that's the trading card game that Disney has been doing recently.
I think we really need to get on that.
I have it.
I know.
I love Lorcana.
I need to get on that.
I need to teach you how to play.
Yeah, you do. Wait, can you look up really quick, just to satiate my own curiosity? Can you look up what Lorcana means?
I mean, I think it's just the name of the land. Yeah, it's an original name.
There isn't like a meaning to the word?
No. I don't know. I think that the idea of it being Lorcana was just kind of a fun thing that people thought of because, again, they used Lorcana art to represent the characters.
Mm-hmm.
But it is interesting to think about. I don't know. I hope Villain Land is as cool as it has the potential to be.
Oh, if they don't absolutely do this over the top, then why do an Villain Land at all?
And I think it's going to be interesting with construction starting probably not too long from now.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I think Rivers of America is supposed to close early next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Now that we've covered a little bit of news, I think we should go back through our little tier list and give everything a recap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in our F tier, we have Aladdin, the Carousel of Progress, Mad Tea Party, and the Tomorrowland Speedway. And these are just our ones with nothing.
There's not really a line.
It's just you're going, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
In our D tier, or not a fan tier, we have People Mover, the
Astro
Orbiter. I think you've said it every time because I can never think of the name.
It's okay.
It's a Small World, Barnstormer, the Swiss Family Treehouse, and Fill Our Magic, which are just very basic, but
yeah, I mean it still has line and it still has a little bit of theming, but
it has something to look at least.
Yeah.
Besides just the ride going.
I mean, you're probably still going to be looking at your phone, but
this is true. You might be looking at your phone all the way up to at least freaking good, maybe even best the best.
Yeah.
And then in its 8 tier, we got Winnie the Pooh, Tiki Bird, Tron, Buzz Lightyear, and Seven Dwarfs.
Not you saying Tiki Bird. Wonder what Sticky Room.
Which
That's
all
funny.
of these have, like...
Good pre-shows. Or, like, decent pre-shows.
Yeah.
Decently themed rides.
Yeah.
At least something to look at. At least something to, like, snatch your attention from your phone if you haven't ridden it before.
Yeah. And then in Good Line, we have Jungle Cruise, Pirates of the Caribbean, Laugh Floor, and Space Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
All of these are, I would say, well-themed and have something else to them.
Or, like, have a really good pre-show, too.
Yeah. Well,
Or, like,
Laugh Floor's the only one with a pre-show.
Yeah, or have, like, details in their line, or interact. Well, because Space Mountain has interactives.
Not anymore.
No, they do. Mm-hmm.
The games?
In the app.
Oh, the app. I didn't even take that into account. I don't know what has stuff in the app on here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of things on here have stuff in the app that I don't know about.
That's okay.
Anyway, in really freaking good tier, we have Peter Pan, Tiana Bayou Adventure, Thunder Mountain, Little Mermaid, and Dumbo. All of these except Dumbo are really just carried by superb theming. Dumbo just has a playground, which I think is unfair.
Yeah, that's just on a different level.
Honestly, I almost would consider that its own thing, but it is definitively like part of the line for Dumbo. Yeah. Especially because they used to give you a pager and tell you to come back. Mm-hmm. And then in Best of the Best, we of course have Haunted Mansion.
Absolutely.
Which I think me and Kylie both knew going in was going to be the highest rated thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like, I'm thinking about this now. When we do our other ones, it might be more interesting to see what ends at Best of the Best. Well, maybe not Hollywood Studios.
I don't know. There are some good ones.
Rise of Resistance. You think anything would beat that?
No. But I'm saying there are some good ones.
That's fair. I don't know. Runaway Railway is really good.
That's what I was going to say. Runaway Railway or Mania.
I think I would go insane if I worked on Runaway Railway.
Yeah.
That, like, 5-second music loop.
Nothing can stop us now.
Well, it's not even lyrics. The, like, 5-second music loop when you're walking in, every time I hear it, I'm just like, how do these people not go crazy?
Well, actually, I had a friend during my ZCP who she extended, and she got placed at Runaway Railway.
Uh-huh.
Runaway Railway.
Runaway Railway?
Runaway Railway. Anyway, and she was just like, I am going crazy. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Comment down below if you have any, like, stories of these lines. If you disagree with us, please comment down below and tell us what you think and what you think we need to swap, or, like, what we need to give a little bit of more attention to.
Yeah, also, or tell us if you think we're wrong about Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. I mean, I did say that I was not going to be taking any arguments, but I will be listening to them, so... comment down below if you think any of these things are not in the right place. Also, let me know what you want to, like, change about some of these queues, or, like, if you have any, like, really cool ideas that Disney could do to these queues to make them better. That would be really, really interesting as well. Also, let us know what you might want to see in future episodes. We have taken a little bit of a break in the past just because both of our lives got a little bit busy, especially mine with editing all of this stuff. So I apologize for the big break in all of these episodes. But anyway, hopefully we hope to kind of get back into the swing of things.
Have at least 3 episodes now because we have to do this for all the other parks.
Yeah. So, but anyway, let us know all of those things. Yeah. Obviously, like and follow. You know, the routine.
Yeah, do whatever it is on whatever platform you're using.
Yeah,
I think
we are on YouTube, Spotify,
and Apple
Podcasts.
I mean, that's all of them, really. Like,
yeah.
Let us know if there's somewhere else that we need to be.
Oh, yeah, let us know if there's somewhere else that we need to be on. Okay? All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you have a really good evening, day, whatever time you're listening to this. And yeah, we'll see you real soon.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.